Okay, so we've just done tank number 1. I just let the engine sit there and sing for 1 full field tank. Second tank now, still running rich, is figure of 8 circles using no more than probably sort of quarter throttle. I'm just going to sort of pump the throttle as well a little bit just to get the fuel round the engine. So I'm going to refill the tank. Don't fill it all the way. And like I was saying, tank 2 is just pumping the throttle just a little bit, figure of 8 circles, getting that fuel round the engine. Okay, so insert your igniter, let's start up the engine, ready for tank number 2. Tanks 1 and 2, just to recap there, 1 was just letting it sing with a rich setting, just sitting there at idle speed. Tank number 2 was just driving around, figure of 8 circles, pumping the throttle there to get the fuel through, all good. Okay, so now we're on to tank number 3. Just between the tanks there, I'm just letting the engine sit just to cool down a little bit. Doesn't need too long, just to keep an eye on the operating temperature. Okay, so here we go, tank number 3. Once again, refill the tank. And same as before, don't fill it all the way, sort of just over 3/4 of the way, leave a little bit of the top for air. Okay, so what do we do in tank 3? Well, still running rich, all of the same as before, but instead of sort of quarter throttle figure of 8 circles, it's sort of half throttle figure of 8 circles. So it gets a little bit more exciting, but don't get trigger happy because your engine is still new and it's still got a few tanks to go yet before we can start having fun. So restart the engine, and here we go with tank number 3. And 3, and now on to tank 4 of the braking process. Okay, so with tank 4 it's exactly the same procedure. All I would say is if you haven't already richened out your high speed needle, I would advise riching it out now because we're going to start to be using more throttle. So once again, fill up the tank. And restart the engine. Now in tank 4, it's sort of 3/4 throttle, driving in a straight line. Okay, 3/4 throttle, driving in a straight line, pumping the throttle, getting the fuel through. Let's start it up and let's do the whole of tank 4. As I say, driving in a straight line, 3/4 throttle. Once again, you can see, because the engine is running rich, you can see the blue exhaust smoke coming out of the exhaust. Okay, here we go, final tank of the braking procedure. Tank number 5. So we've just done tank 1, let's have another little recap there. Tank number 1, you start up the engine, you leave it singing for 1 full fuel tank. No accelerating, just leave it there and leave it to sing. Tank number 2, figure of 8 circles, quarter throttle. Tank number 3, figure of 8 circles, sort of half throttle. Tank number 4, straight line driving, sort of 3/4 throttle, pump throttle, get the oil through there. Now, tank number 5 gets a little bit more exciting. Of course, the engine is still running rich, so you're not going to get much speed out of it. However, you can now reach full throttle, so slowly accelerate up to full throttle, hold it for a few seconds, and then ease off the throttle there. That's what we're going to do in the 5th tank now. So once again, refill the tank. In case you're wondering how much fuel you need for your break-in, this is 500 cc's or 500 millilitres, that's half a litre of fuel I've used pretty much, because this was full to start with, and after this tank now, after that tank, you can see pretty much empty there. So that's yeah, equivalent to 1 of these is what you're going to need to break in your engine. Okay, so like I say, once again, so tank number 5, accelerate up to full throttle, hold it there for a few seconds, and then release it. So let's restart the engine and let's start again. Hit full throttle and release. Throttle and release. And do this for the whole of tank number 5.